What do we learn from the coronavirus? What can it teach us? What should it teach us? Well, in thinking about this question, I don't think it's something it should teach us. I really think it's just here to remind us of what we already know. This coronavirus has come as a shock to the world and a shock to a lot of us as devotees. But as I think about it, often I reflect on the condition of the world, and I often think something much worse should happen for all the slaughter of animals, the killing of embryos in the womb, the destruction of the earth, the lying, the cheating, and the various sinful activities that are going on. I'm always amazed that the earth is still here. I'm always amazed that people are still here, that things are still going on as they are. So I don't think it should come so much as a shock to us that this virus is creating so much havoc in the world. But I think it should more come as a natural consequence of the reactions for sinful activities that we would expect or should expect. And Prabhupada has told us that if there's massive slaughter of animals, that nature's laws are stringent and these things are to be expected, and we can't imagine that they're not going to be this way just because we think it shouldn't be that way. But we'll be caught in the web of the reaction to the actions of material nature. When Prabhupada said, Yamaraj is there, he's actually punishing us. So some people say coronavirus is like a God who's punishing us for the things we've done, the wrongs we've done. Not exactly like that, but we can see it that way. So coronavirus is there to remind us that you can't transgress natural law and go on doing this perpetually without there being a reaction. Coronavirus is there to remind us we're not the controllers, that nature is more powerful than us, and a quirk in nature like this could create havoc for human beings. Coronavirus is there to remind us of the temporary nature of the body. And as we know, we don't know how long we have to live. And as we know, we could die at any moment. And as we know, we should think, if we want to be serious, that today's my last day. And the coronavirus has come to remind us of this reality. And in thinking about this, I think we can all see that in Prabhupada's books and his lectures, he's always reminding us of the reality, but sometimes we need something like this to really get it to sink in. And that's, I think, maybe unfortunate, but an unfortunate reality. But reality exists, but the conditioned soul doesn't want to see that reality, and because we're coming out of the conditioned nature, sometimes we also don't want to see the reality. We sometimes want to keep our head in the sand and just go on with our life and make believe everything is just fine. But Prabhupada teaches us that it's not actually like that, and it's not healthy to see that way, but it's healthy to have some form of pessimism, which we could call healthy pessimism, because it keeps us detached from the things that are not healthy for our spiritual life. So Prabhupada is giving us a dose of reality, and Maya is giving us a dose of illusion. And then we have to ask ourselves, do we want the reality or do we want the illusion? And I think sometimes we prefer the illusion, unfortunately. So the coronavirus is giving us a chance to see the reality as Prabhupada has taught in his books, and if we're studying Prabhupada's books and we're living in the reality, then what we see in the world is of no surprise to us, and it is a glad reminder of the reality of our existential condition, that we're not the controllers, life is temporary. Another aspect of the tentative nature of everything, our economy is tottering on a very, tottering on a very thin piece of support, and we're seeing it could crash at any moment. The whole way our society is organized, it's artificial. We're not living off the land, we're living off paper money, it has no backing. And so, Prabhupada has taught us all of these things. So now, let us just be reminded of these things and use these things, use this reality to push us towards Krishna. So let the coronavirus be a blessing for us to get us closer to Krishna.